Hey Jita, how are you?
Hello.
Hello. Let me see. Can let's see who joins today. Hey Macho. I gotta figure it out which Macho is that, but
Hey James, Pratik, how you doing,
hey,
man?
hey man, doing good, doing good. Hey Nimish, how are you?
I'm good. How about you?
It's good. Let's wait for a few more minutes and then we can get started.
हाँ भाई प्रतीक.
Hello, Yagya, how are you?
गुड सर.
Good.
ऑफिस चालू है, ऑफिस बंद कर दिया?
ऑफिस चालू है सर.
या तुम जितना टाइम चैट पे रिस्पॉन्ड करते हो, इट्स
सर
टफ टू इट्स
गोल
टफ
है,
टू मैनेज बोथ साइड्स मैन.
गोल ये है कि ऑफिस छोड़ना है.
नहीं छोड़ो मत, ऑफिस को सेकेंडरी कर दो, वो ठीक है, छोड़ना मत यार.
वो तो है. वन डे.
हम्म.
Okay, let me get started. We can continue go as we I recorded the session so we can see if others will join later part. They can always see the recording. I think I'm sharing the wrong screen. Let me stop sharing. My bad. There you go. Are you guys seeing the PowerPoint slide?
Yes.
Awesome. Okay. Let me know which. Okay, this is right. From the current slideshow. My bad, guys. Give me 1 second. Sorry. Zoom is not my forte. I usually use Teams, so I'm trying to play with that. You guys still see the slide, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, awesome. Let me also see who. I saw like 5 of us here, right? So how many of you know about option? Like, I can go deep dive, I can go high level. This can be perfect, like, as we are a very small group here.
I'm familiar with the options.
Okay, awesome. How about you?
Yeah. Same
awesome.
here, Pratik. But I don't trade right now. It's hard to look at the screen every day, all day.
No worries.
Same here.
I mean, I also know about options, put, call,
Okay.
but I have not done it.
Okay, no
Yeah,
worries.
I'm also aware about options.
Awesome. So let me just quickly, I'll kind of go a little bit fast forward. Again, this one was more of a introductory call, so welcome everyone. We're just gonna go through very high level about the options and see, on our next meetings, we can try to talk about more about the beginner strategies, about some more informations like how can we get better. And I'll kind of also, since you guys are aware about the options, so we can go over deep dive into the charts, why we bought some of those trades, that will kind of give you some sort of confidence, or even if you guys are not currently trading in options, even for the stock perspective, it would kind of give you guys a little bit more confidence on it. So first one is like, introduction to options. I just kind of try to kind of put it very high level. Don't want you guys to be bombarded with a lot of information, right? I sent you guys the video, which is kind of quite a large 3 hours video, but it kind of give more high level about options, how you can trade and how you won't trade. Pretty much, option is about you, the contract that you are trying to buy or sell at a certain specific time. However, there's no obligations for you to buy it. It's just for you to kind of more of a predict, right? So let's see an example, Nvidia. I knew that at 117, 118, I was keep thinking that, it would be good option for swing opportunity out there. And we are going to kind of buy it very close to our current price, which was at that time 117-ish or 116, 17-ish price was there. And I bought it 120 call for almost a 1 month FAR. So, trying to do that, my prediction was that once it start moving towards 118, and when some of those news were out there, if that will work out, definitely price will continue move uptrend. So at that time, I bought that options. Same time, we bought the put at SPY put on a Friday, where we thought that 570 put will be the workout. It will be in the money pretty soon. We bought not 0 DTE, meaning the expiry on the same date, versus we bought it at the a little bit further expiry, so that way if somehow market will continue more uptrend. Of course, we know that end of the month, there will be always some sort of volatility out there, where you will see upside, downside pretty fast. Again, we talked about the call options, like where you right to buy an asset at the set price before expiry. Now, have I bought, like when I bought the calls, there were one time I exercised the call, because it was a good thing to do that at that time. So I bought options back in 2020, right before the Apple was announced they're splitting the stock 1/4. Of course, they have split the stock many times, but there was one time I remember, because that was the only time I exercised that call. So I think I don't recall the price at the time, but it was like I bought the over the money call, and then I kind of bought it like 1 month FAR expiry. Of course, once it split, it was in consolidation zone. It went a little bit further down, then it moved up. So my my price was, let's take an example on the current Apple, considering I don't recall the exact price, but at the time, if the price was around 200, I bought the call for 210, and for first 10-15 days, the stock was in a consolidation zone, meaning 190, 200 was going on, and then after that, it's skyrocketed. So at that time, the price went to 220. So I exercised the call at the 210, meaning my price of the stocks were at 210. So I was already making $10 per stock gain. Of course, I paid the premium for those options, which was also kind of worked out well, but it was a pretty good thing I did. Of course, you had to buy 100 stock at the time, and I was willing to put that for a future growth perspective. So I bought that at 210 strike price of my Apple stocks. Put, I never did with the put, but I do know that I do buy the options on the put side, which is of course the similar thing how we talked about the call. It's downtrend of the right to sell an asset at a certain expiry. The main concept that I think what majority of us, and I know my commentary, I try to be very beginner level, but sometimes when you're in the zone, and I've been trading since quite long, so it is always challenging to kind of talk in the very beginner level. But at the same time, in the money call, at the money, out the money, those kind of information that usually the traders use in the money, meaning you are already the strike price is at the 210, and you're trying to buy call for 205, which is in the money call. At the money is like where you're already at the price. Then it's a 210 call you're trying to buy, and out the money is maybe further far, which is 215. And I'm trying to talk more into the call side. If you want to talk about the put side, it's the other way around. Well, and there's always a volatility out there, right? And the options, which I kind of love it. And I'll kind of show you why in a second. And for risk to reward on option trading is there are higher returns out there. I made pretty good amount on last 2-3 weeks because I knew I took some of the risk out there, but at the same time, there are losses always there, right? I learned this option trading very hard way. I took my journey started in 2020 or 2019 and till this year. Now, was I successful for first 3-4 years? No, but last year and the end of last year, I put my goals for this year's. I was like, what should I do? What should I do? So I've been following one of the guy. He was like pretty good in Instagram. I took his like expensive course. It was like pretty good, like giving training. It was like only limited handful of folks that he picked. Based on you had to submit your profile. He has to pick that profile. I got selected. And I was like, should I put that much amount for the training? My goal was to learn about that. How can I make money? I know that not everybody is successful, but at the same time, if I learn and if I put my effort and time, I think I can do it. And that's how it started. And I've been growing and growing and growing. And that's why at the middle of like sometime in June, my parents were here. My dad was keep pushing me to get to the business. And I was like, Dad, I'm not built for business. I'm built for work. And then me and him talked about quite a long. And that's how he pushed me towards this. And of course, my wife and my cousin, a couple of my friends kept pushing me that, hey, you know what? You are doing good. You've been trading. You're putting these plans, my trade plans. Why don't you start pushing it and start doing it? So that's why risk and reward is always there. Of course, there is things to consider is time decay. There are times that multiple traders, this is the one part I talked to a couple of the folks after, like yesterday throughout the week, they felt like, hey, you lost on Meta. Why don't you put the stop loss? And there are two things out there. There are traders who buy it and willing to lose all. There are traders who like to buy it and keep it to the 50% stop loss. And there are traders who kind of look into the momentum, how things goes, and then they either to the stop loss or they willing to lose it all. And the first one is like mainly, the traders who are very successful. When I tell you successful is because they can do account management pretty good, they do risk management pretty good. They buy it when they are willing to lose those money. Of course, not all of us built that way. Why do we want to even lose some, right? So 50% stop loss is always a good thing to consider. And there are times that I always look for this mental stop loss. Putting at the certain levels. If you know that those key levels lose it, there is no way it will be built right and then, unless there's some crazy news comes up, and then stock will continue go again up. So I kind of do the mental stop loss, which you guys recall on Friday. I bought the QQQ on a Thursday evening or afternoon, late afternoon, and then Friday. I thought that it may gap up if the data comes out good. It tried, but at the same time, in the sellers were stepped in pretty hard on very early stage. So price what we bought, it was there. Of course, I was willing to lose it all if something comes out, because I knew that there are times that first 15-30 minutes sellers will be there and then they will buy the dip. Of course, it did not happen. Did I kept the stop loss? I didn't, because I was so busy at the work. So, but then I gained that, recouped that money in somewhere, and now we'll talk more about that. There are multiple strategies out there, right? There's not one strategy that's fit for all. People who buy the naked calls or naked put, which is what we do. There are a lot of different strategies out there. Strength straddles out there, protective put, covered call. And we can talk one at a time. Next one, we will talk more about the covered call and next call. So that way I can kind of show you how I've been making money without doing anything for the stocks that I've been holding it from quite a long, which is not in a good position. Like I'll tell you, I have American Airlines 800 or somewhere around stocks. I bought it at the COVID time. Of course, at the time price was very high. It started dying down. So I'm still holding because I know at one point the company is pretty good, American Airlines, right? At one point it will go up. Maybe not today, maybe 5-10 years. So meanwhile, what should I do with those stocks, right? So that's where the cover call and those things will come up, and we can talk further more into the next meetings. But I just wanted to kind of show you guys there are a lot of different strategies. People buy verticals, people buy strangles. So many strategies out there in the market. I personally like naked calls and put. As I said, there's always a risk associated to that. The returns are very good as well. Like covered call, I like straddles, I like strangles. It all depends what it will work best for you. The common mistake is, that is again the holding options for too long. Like if you recall my NVIDIA 120 call, even we have 32 days, we sold that option at the top. Why I sold it? I still have time. But why do I want it to lose that gain when I already been making. Now next week I can buy the same call again if I see that, hey, not 120 of course, because we are already don't want to buy in the money call, but we still had the 125 call as well, which we sold it as well. Now I'm holding right now 130 call, so I can buy 125 call again if I want to, because so the what I'm trying to kind of talk more about it, don't hold the options too long, thinking that, oh, you know what, I still have many days in the expiry. Again, think about ignoring time decay. When we buy the weekly calls, I see that the at the end of the Wednesday, and when it comes to Thursday and Friday, those time decays, your premium dies pretty fast. Even though you are in the money calls, you can see that on a Friday, our QQQ call was almost in the money or touched to that 491 price point, but it went due to time decay, the premium went fast down. So I that's why I kind of keep an eye on those time decay and try to try to keep selling your options or contracts at the certain time. Sorry, don't want it to cough on your ears. Also, there are I talked to a few of you guys yesterday as well. I know they may not be here, and I don't want to pinpoint whom I talked to, because I wanted to kind of keep it that conversations more private. But there are many of us, even myself. I started with like too large of positions. Once I started winning, I was like, oh yeah, you know what? Let me just start buying it. Let me buy 100 contracts. Let me buy 10, 20 contracts. I always, learned this hard way. And I wanted to make sure that you guys don't have to make those expensive mistakes that I did. Don't try to go crazy. Keep your positions with your account size, usually 10 to 20%. 10% is usually in the industry that people will tell you. 20% if you feel like you want to take some more risk. Sometimes I tell people that, hey, or people tell me that how much amount is better if I want to start the option now. I mean, I can't tell you which amount is best for you, but I started my account with $2,000, and I started continuing growing that account, and I keep taking the profit, and making sure that small account, if you can grow your small account to the big level, that's where you learn more discipline. That's where you learn more kind of, how you can do account management, risk management. So if you think that, if I bought a $500 contract, don't buy just 2, 3, or go full port, or meaning full positions, like 10, 20 contracts. Just buy one, see how it works out for you. And if you make money, don't get excited. Try to continue. Consistency is the key in option trading. That's what I learned. There are always, we talked about not having a plan for exit, like in not directly but indirectly. My plan for exit on always, you guys can see, I always take 30% as my first exit, no matter how strong the stock is, no matter where it goes. Then I go with the 50%, or depending on the trading, those levels. And then some of them I take the 80 or 100%. Even Nvidia, we got that 100% win rate on that out there. Some of the key success that, of course, this is not a financial advice. This is just a research and analysis I do. Now, what is the benefit that I'm getting, right? At the very late age, like meaning this age, I found finally the passion. Until this time, my passion was like, and I don't have any passion, or maybe, nothing I I like everything. That's what I've been keep saying myself. But at two things I like: trading, bartender. I like to make drinks. Like on Sundays, I learn about new drinks. And some of you may already taste it, and some of you already know about it. But trading was a second thing that I kind of started learning, and it's kind of more of my passion. Like if you tell me even at the late in the night, hey, can you tell me about this chart? And I'm like excited. I'm like, okay, let me look into it. And I learned from you guys as well. Most of you guys, like there are many of us kind of post some stuff on the group. I kind of look into it, and I think some of you guys have talked about the Dollar General, some other top stocks, and I kind of looked into it because those stocks, it was not in my horizon. So I'm glad that you guys are keep asking me about the different stocks and look into those levels. So what I suggest is keep learning, guys. And keep the group that we are kind of made this. I don't want it to be like, hey, this is just going to be option trading. Right? We wanted to do the stock trading as well, because not everybody is comfortable on option trading. We bought the coin stocks. I bought it at 210 in one position. Other account, I bought it at 170. And we are already making like $20 per stock, which is amazing. And if you maybe even considering 1 week, I've been continue telling you guys, hey, 167, 170, good place to buy. And because I'd see that Bitcoin was continuing to try to break the trend line, and once the Bitcoin is trying to break the trend line, you will see coin and MSTR, those kind of stocks will continue to move up. Let me go over through some recent trades that I've made. This is my chart. So I usually use TradingView. People use so many different things, like some of them use Webull, some of your current whatever trading tool that you use. Thinkorswim has pretty good trading, like charting things out there. Then there are, I don't like Robinhood for charting, but if you like it, it's one of the same. I like Thinkorswim. You can make a free account to that. You don't have to pay for it. They will only give you one or two screens. I paid for this because I need some more than one or two charts at the same time. My always to go to is looking at the indexes, how things goes, and individual stocks as well. I kind of keep changing on this, but some of them, like Apple, is always stays there. Do I trade Apple? No, I buy only stocks. There are only times I buy options on Apple when you see like, hey, there's a strong momentum going on. Let's just keep buying it and sell it pretty quick, because Apple doesn't. It is very stable stock, and it runs only it only moves like few dollars up and down. So I don't like Apple's on option trading, but I'm not bound with any particular stocks. I'm just telling you Apple, why I kind of keep that Apple always there is it's a it will tell you if Apple dies pretty fast to 227 to 220, you will see the tech will pretty weak, and which I think majority of you know, but I'm just wanting to kind of call it out if you guys are not aware, like why Apple is very important in the market. So let's talk about Nvidia, right? So I kind of do charting pretty heavily. This one was kind of old charting. I kind of continue update those charting every other week, because sometimes those consolidation is there. There's nothing for me to chart on those stocks, but I kind of revisit every other week on chartings and see how things are going. This is the dating Nvidia information. So let me see when we bought that stocks. Hold on a second. second. Excel is opening. Okay, so we bought Nvidia on 923. So as you can see, this is 23. Here it is. So 923. Why I bought this? We saw that the consolidation was continuing on a 911. It went to 117. It couldn't break the 118. Next day, it tried breaking it, then came down. 117, 118 is my so-called support zone, or I would say demand zone. The reason I keep saying demand zone is, this will tell you support and demand. We can talk further more about it, but there's a support and demand is one of the things out there in the charting. So I saw a few days around that Nvidia is keep trying to break above, but doesn't trying to break below. So as you can see, 115 was the last that I saw. On 23rd, we bought this one because of the how the candles were. I can go on a weekly basis, but 15-minute basis, but you can see that how the candles is forming, like upper way. The buying pressure is keep moving. Very next day, the news came up. It helped a lot too. Even though if news was not going to come up, I think it was continue trying to 118 and then trying to break above 118 and then trying to continue move up. So that's the reason I bought that. Then I think next day we bought the Nvidia, the 225 call, or within the same day or next day. I forgot when was it. I think next day. That was my roll call because I saw that, as you can see, this candle, engulfing candle, very good volume. So that's why I bought the 125 call, and it went up. And if we kept it, it would have been deep in the money, and we could have sold it there. So that was another reason I bought the Nvidia one. We can talk furthermore about the coin on a Friday. This is like more of a 15 minutes call. So I've been keep telling you guys, right? The levels, those levels, I kind of saw that on a Friday pre-market, the 181 is continue holding, and then it tried to break 186 or 185.36 was trying to break above, and it couldn't. So what I did in the morning, I tried to go. I was busy, so I didn't even look into it until I started looking in here. I saw that it was trying to break above pre-market. Then it did. It held over there. And that's when I started buying it here because I saw this one. I bought it here somewhere around 10:15 or somewhere even further than. I forgot the timing, but I bought it somewhere close to between 1, 2, 3, this last 2, 3 candles. And then we saw it started moving up. The next level was 190. So it always reached there. Our call was a little bit further out for 201, even though that call was what we bought it. Let me see, look into it. The coin we bought, and open it. Don't have it in front of me, but I think we bought it somewhere around 4.6, and we sold it at pretty good on that one. So the reason behind this is to show you guys why I looked into it, the coin, Nvidia. I always look at the indexes, though the SPY put that we kind of bought it. We saw that, the levels is not trying to, the first morning, it tried to break and it tried to go above, but then we saw it started going down. Moment this level was broke, we went into it, we sold it somewhere close to here or here, and we made money on those. So it's very important to look into the price actions. how the market is going. Another reason was Pipert was VIX. VIX was trying to kind of go about 1582 was my level. I don't have it, but 1580 to 16 is some of those levels. So I saw VIX is spiking, and it was a good time to get into the puts at the time. So that was another reason I bought the puts. I'll look at the futures in the ES here. ES was at the same time was trying to go above 505, but it's continue having hard time. And then I saw then setting pressure was continue moving up. So, and then it tried to even hit it to 572. So those are the different things that I reason about those kind of trades. And again, this is very introductory call. We can go deep dive into the many more down the road. But just wanted to kind of help you guys that, buying a stock is also alongside with the options, not a bad idea. So as you saw, we bought somewhere at 170 because we saw that 170 was keep holding consolidation. Only one time it tried to break below, but then it started coming back up. So within few days, we already made $20 on the stock. So I've been talking about the ARM as well. The same thing, 128 was it's a good time to buy, and it's been keep going up and up. It went to 150 on that one. But that's all I had so far, guys. There's few more announcement that I wanted to make. One is I can't do by myself everything, right? I have my friend Chitu, who has been trading since quite many years as well. He's been helping me on those. So you will see him continue posting those informations alongside with me. I want to make this group bigger and bigger, right? And I wanted to build a community. So we are changing the name to Stock Market Mastery to Market Wave. We are moving out of WhatsApp pretty soon to Discord. We've been working on that one because I think what had happened is either people get annoyed by so many WhatsApp notifications and a lot of things going on. So, and people wanted to talk more about it. I heard from many of you that been telling me that, hey, can we have areas where we can only look for the trade alerts, and I'll provide all those. I can create a community and creating groups within that, but very hard. So I like Discord. Again, for you guys, it's a free app. You guys can download it. You guys can mute everything, and you can keep it on those alerts and all those information. But that's another bigger announcement that I wanted to make. And that way, you guys don't have to put your phone numbers over there, right? It's easier in Discord. If you guys are already in multiple groups, feel free. But I feel like in Discord will be the much better place to keep those information. But stay tuned. I'll send you the invite, guys, pretty soon. Again, I've been almost to the finish line on a Discord. I just want maybe in a few days we'll move it out, and we'll continue to keep this WhatsApp group. But I hope that you guys will kind of jump on the Discord. This meeting will be ending pretty soon, but if you guys have any questions, feel free to reach out to me directly. But that's all I had, guys. Hope you guys will continue making the money, and hope you guys are getting this group helpful, and all the knowledge we are sharing is helpful as well.
Hey, thank you, Pratik. Really helps.
No worries.
When you send real alerts, that's where I can look at it and make a trade. Otherwise, there's no way keep looking at the screen making a trade. So really appreciate your help.
For sure. If